was talking for a solid 2 minutes. Stream is ready. We are going live. I am here with ACC and Toby. I was talking for 2 minutes. I introduced Toby as the most recent champion, one of the most recent champions of the Redemption CTF League, and Toby said hello. So I'm going to say hi, Toby.
Hi, everyone.
And also here with ACC. Thank you for joining.
And it looks like the game's gonna get underway just now, so
Yeah.
like
Okay,
I said
so
on
really
the-
quickly, Hot is Nexus Dragon and Sharp. They started practicing today, seems like, but they have pulled it together. And then we've got on red Killer, which is Ghost Killer, Vinny, and Amar. We're gonna jump right in. Some
and
of
it
the
looks like
strategies.
Killer has
Yeah.
subbed in Ghost Killer for Marine guys, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. See if we see a lot of the strategies that we've seen all week, which is the sort of 3-0 strategy of pretty much just rambling in and grabbing the flag. But we're getting started. I'm going to follow Dragon right off the start here. Dragon looks like he is defending, but he gets taken down by Amar. Amar with a good touch.
Yeah, and with Killer, you know, Amar is typically one of those players on a lot of teams where you will see him defending or playing a more defensive position for the most part. But with his team composition, it gives him more flexibility to run on this map. And Vinny's been doing a pretty good job holding down the defensive fort for the red team throughout their practice sessions.
Yeah, and then Vinny makes those like he could defend for like 8 minutes straight, and then all of a sudden it's like Vinny is taking your flag. He's really good at knowing when to push. He's very secretive about it, and you're just not expecting it.
And that's for sure something we'll be on the lookout here. Seeing as this game, it's not a very high scoring map either, considering how many choke points there are, and there is hardly line of sight for visibility for each team on each rep they take. So, depending on the frustration levels or if they can rotate using their communications, we'll see Vinny possibly getting a flag or two, being the defender here.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've seen a lot of in practice, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think many of these games have been super high scoring, so I think to be a minute and a half in, maybe even like 3 minutes in, as we see, without a score is not unheard of. Still only 1 touch on red and 2 on blue, so like you said, super defensive map.
Uh,
By the way, who decided to revive the map? Like, wasn't it better buried?
All complaints
Dragon.
and yes, Dragon. Yeah. All complaints, bombs, everything can be sent via mail to the country of Sweden.
Alright, will do.
Yes.
2 minutes in, and as you said, this is Hot's. This was their first practice day today. They haven't really got a whole lot of chances. The other teams have to practice for the most part. I know Killer has had more opportunities to practice with their team. So, 2 minutes in, and the fact the score is still tied, not a bad showing. You know, I know some people wouldn't feel so comfortable going into a map, and they've hardly practiced. But considering, like you said, this is a 22-year-old map, there's really nothing new you can add to this map. There's really nothing fancy you can do other than just improving on your basic fundamentals and your synergy as a team here.
Yeah, and I think that's where Killer is going to end up having the advantage because they have been practicing all week and they've practiced their entire lineup in different positions. So if things go wrong, they can switch it up. Whereas Hot might be stuck a little bit in their ability to change things up on the fly.
Yeah, I think their biggest factor here is how well Nexus can perform, considering his adverse conditions for playing this time around. Moved to Alaska, he's got hotel Wi-Fi, playing on a laptop. Not the ideal setup for anyone playing, but considering he's still a high-level player, I'm sure he can still pull something out. Like I said, you know, when it comes back to the fundamentals and how you naturally play the game, that should show on a map like this. It's not a very technical map, so he shouldn't have too much difficulty trying to keep up the pace with the other players on Killer who have practiced a couple times this week.
1 disabled Nexus is worth 2 human bones. Vinny with a touch here. Vinny's out in the middle. Ooh, he gets a good rocket.
And he gets the return. Now Sharp has the flag. Now where's Sharp at? Sharp didn't get too far. Sharp is still in their base.
Yeah, the touches have picked up a little bit here, tied with 5 on each team. You can see who are the main runners on each. We've got Amar with 4 and Sharp with 4 touches.
And equally as much, the middle players also 1 touch even, and about close to the frag ratios. We've got 25 to 22. So the numbers are looking about the same across the board for the most part, with Amar getting a couple more frags than Sharp. But again, the frag count doesn't really matter too much, considering that the players will spawn right next to you as soon as you touch the flag. Now Sharp making a good run out. Unfortunately, it stops there in mid.
He was in with Nexus spawn fragging and really doing good support, but I'm not sure if he got hit by a rocket or like ran into a wall there.
Yeah, I saw he bumped into the wall there ever so slightly, and that just caused him to throw his momentum off just enough. But anything can happen. We got 5 minutes left on the clock. 0-0. Not a bad place to be, honestly. If you can tie this map, it's not a terrible place, as other maps can be. But again, 5 minutes is still plenty of time. I mean, you can tie this game up within a minute on this map, considering how short it is in hindsight, and if you can get some good RNG on the way out, and if no spawns right behind you. So there's a couple different factors still that can contribute to a flag, regardless of like we just discussed, regardless of how much they've practiced, how much they haven't practiced. You know, there's anything can happen still.
Yeah, I mean, and being down 1 flag on this map is like being down 4 on another. So you're right. Being 0-0 right now, not a bad place to be, because you still have a lot of time left, and you know things can change kind of on a dime here as Ghost Killer grabs a flag, almost makes it out, but he gets caught by 2 guys there. And that's what you're going to see a lot of. You're going to see a lot of flags that make it out almost to the middle, maybe even in the middle. You get right into the like precipice of your base, and then you're just killed by these 2 guys. So there's going to be a lot of that you're going to see. Sharp with a good touch here. Or sorry.
Yeah, but as you
Amar.
saw with that touch from Sharp, you know, everyone kept spawning there. Same with Amar. Both runners, they get a good touch, but the entire team spawns in the flag room. So if not someone there to support them, there's not a whole lot of momentum they can do there. That's just unfortunate. You know, your gun reloads just as fast as the next guys, and once they respawn, that's it. Especially considering the resources, the health packs, they're really big on this map. If you can, there's 4 health packs in close proximity to the flag. Amar's got a good run out.
Oh, great!
Teammate picks it up. It dies. Both flags dropped and returned. But the health packs are a really big factor here as well, and it's always important for the defender, if at all possible, to pick up those resources to deprive the runners of any precious health from this map, considering that it could really make or break a run, depending on if they can replenish their health here.
And if there are any Xandrodom developers watching, now that you're done with your sleek new website that's taken you into the 2026 website, look, could you please put a button in to follow flag runners? Sharp with a good run makes it out. Mutual touches.
If he can
here.
kill Amar here, unable to kill Amar. If he could have dropped Amar there, that would have been a really good. He probably would have captured that one if he would have dropped Amar there.
That was
But
a good,
unfortunately,
good shot.
Amar gets the better of him.
Yeah, try to outduel Amar.
Little under 3 minutes here, and again, still 0-0. But again, both really good showings from both teams. They've had really good touches. Amar with the touch. With a rocket launcher, kills himself, unfortunately, swing and a miss.
Oh, that was rough.
And hits himself. We
Nexus
got Nexus coming out. Really good touch. Unfortunately, again, drops right there by the super shotgun spawn.
Yeah, we're 8 minutes in. We've seen some good touches, some good teamwork, but, you know, both teams are still playing defensively. And I think...
And again, like I said, not a bad place to be at. If the teams have any of the compositions they can switch, if there's any lineups they can use, they can go ahead and do that. Going fresh into round 2 and change the game plan if they need to. They're not on the backbone yet, but coming up here, we're going to have to see what they're going to do. Maybe they might run a 3-0 situation like you mentioned to try to get 1 flag up at the last minute. We got Amar with the touch.
Amar with the,
Good run out, but again, he shut down in mid by Nexus. You see that? He kills 3 people out, but again, those kills don't really matter here, particularly if they got a good setup going on. And it just so happens that a lot of those spawns can move in the flow of the runners. So depending on how well they can flow and how much RNG, as far as the spawns go, not for the weapons, that is in this season this time around, we'll see what they can do with that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm not expecting anything crazy from either team. There's only a minute and a half left. Like, 0-0, if I were them, I wouldn't necessarily play it safe, but I wouldn't go for anything crazy at this point.
Yeah,
I would expect
there'd be no
more
reason to
of
rush
that.
3-0.
Yeah, I'd expect more of that.
That's a
round
very
2.
high-risk play. But if they want to, they could probably capitalize on that. Both teams with the touch.
Yeah.
Sharp taking
Good
it slow.
touches.
Amar on his way out. Gets returned.
Okay, Ghost Killer
Ghost
with a
Killer
good
with the
pickup.
pickup.
This is the furthest anyone's made it. He's
Out
across
across.
the
I
map.
think he's got this.
Oh.
Ooh, it gets dropped in return. What a good return by Hot there, because from that perspective, it looked like he was out. He had the teammate respond, go in there to assist him, but unfortunately, the other team is not gonna let that happen. And again, that just goes to show, Hot hasn't practiced too much this week, but they're still able to keep up and shut them down right there. That could have been real bad, being 1-0 down in the first round.
Yeah.
And now you've got some options to the side, because again, since this is a very low-scoring map, as you can see, the other team can just drill down and play defensive if they want, and they can choose to do so and maintain that lead. But again, they've got the risk of the 3-0 situation, so anything can still happen. Still a good game. 20 seconds left. Somebody could still score with
I
this
see
time.
two guys
Plenty
on
of time to
blue
score.
in, but it's a mutual.
Two guys going for a quick rush, but again, 3D to stop
double
it.
kill there.
It's 10 seconds left. If something's gonna be done, it's gonna be done now.
Yeah, I
Lamar,
would say we're-
Ghost Killer, but it gets shut down, so that's
Yep.
gonna be it for round 1.
Yeah. Not surprising, really. I mean, I think most of the round 1 games that we've seen have been like this, where it's a super defensive battle, and I don't think any of them have ended 0-0, but getting any flags are difficult. But we saw Killer almost get one out, so let's see if they can capitalize on that this game, this upcoming game.
Let's see if they make any team substitutions. Are they going to sub in Moringa? No, they're going to stick with Ghost Killer. I mean, not about it. There's no reason to sub them out.
Yeah.
It's just a tie 0-0. They were doing pretty well. They had really good touches. Both teams had really good touches. Just unfortunately unable to close it out. The other team intercepts it perfectly, and the enemy team unable to assist them. And as we saw, Ghost Killer had a really good one out. His team was there to assist, but again, Sharp just got to it just in time, returns it, shuts it down. So right now they're evenly matched for the most part. But let's see if they make any real changes to their positions. I know we saw Dragon was defending that last round. Let's see if maybe they decide to make next end. Is Killer going to make any changes? Are they going to sub anyone out? Are they going to move anyone around? This could really make or break the team here.
Yep. Yeah, it could. I would expect, like, if they're going to do something different, I would expect it in the first 2 minutes. I think a map like this, you kind of want to come out swinging in round 2 and really kind of shock your opponent. So let's see if they're able to capitalize on that.
Right. Round 1, save it to feel out the other team, see how they're playing, see what they're doing, get information. And then round 2, see what you can do, see what you can implement, see what you can switch up, surprise them with something. So let's see if they do anything different. Let's watch. You started with Dragon. Let's see what Dragon's doing. Dragon pushing up to mid now. It looks like he still might be defending. Looks like he's still defending. I think they're comfortable with that position. Amar and Ghost Killer running.
Oh, wow.
Both of them creating so much pressure.
Sharp gets a
Amar
touch.
with the pickup.
Sharp
He
is
gets
out
the
in
kill.
middle.
Both flags are out to mid.
Yep.
We got a standoff here. First mid in. Very hot.
And now it's very hot. Now it's just going to be, a matter of who's getting the return first.
Amar in their flag room. Sharp as well. Sharp,
Yeah, Sharp.
trying to be a little sneaky here.
He should have maybe stayed
Unfortunately,
there.
gets to it, and Amar
but
secures the
there you
flag.
go.
So there's first blood down. But again, it's not too terrible. If they're going to score, you'd want them to score early on, because they still got 9 minutes to make up for that. This would be a lot worse for them if it was 3 minutes left of the game, 5 minutes left, But 9 minutes left on the clock, I can still take this. I can work with this. And Mar just killing people, getting a rampage. But again, that doesn't really do a whole lot when they're all responding there for you.
Yeah, and think about it too. It wasn't that, the other team as let's follow Sharp here really quickly, see if he can make something out of this. He's coming out towards the middle.
Coming out. He's
Can't
got
get
one
the
to contend
flag.
with. He's got Amar.
Oh, Dragon with the pickup.
Dragon with the pickup. His team is there.
Oh, Nexus.
Interception. Next with the pickup.
Nice.
And look at that 1-1. Now, like you said, now they're really coming in. Hot is coming in hot. They're coming out swinging. Quick response there. That's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah.
They didn't delay too much. Within the next 30 seconds, they were able to make a good play and capitalize on that. And those pickups are going to be really important here. You're going to need those pickups.
That first score against Hot, it wasn't like they were caught flat-footed. They had the flag out in their base too, so it was nice to see them rebound from that and get a capture on their own. I remember Zanero on some earlier stream of the WDL coming up with the term cap back. I would say that qualifies as a cap back. All tied up 1-1 here. But yeah, we're seeing a lot more aggression. We're seeing...
Yeah, this is a much more aggressive match here than round 1 was. Like you said, round 1, both teams pulling each other out. Hot, You know, even though they're below on the practice from the other teams, they're showing their stuff here. They're not no one to push over here. So we got a nice evenly matched game here. One, this is exactly what you want to see for the final game. We got Amar lagging a little bit there, jittering through space and time.
Sharp with
Is
the
that
double
going to be a
kill on his
contributing
way
factor
out.
to maybe a flag?
Get some help.
2 in. They got to
He can
clear
make
him.
this frag. There
He
you
gets
go.
cleared. Sharp and Nexus.
Yep.
He's got his boyfriend with him. He's got his bodyguard, and the team's going to secure it. They got it locked in. They're clearing him out quick. Amar going for some rockets.
great.
Not doing a whole lot, though.
There was great cover from Nexus, and Sharp just not spending a lot of time trying to kill anybody, knowing that he has Nexus there to support him. He's going in for another touch without dying. And he's going out the same way. Okay, he gets taken down. But yeah,
But
I mean,
unfortunately, as you can see, Killer's ready for that. They're not going to be caught with the pants down. Amar coming out here, spamming
Amar,
rockets.
ooh.
Kills a defender. He's got one more to contest with. His team is there. And again, this is going to be another quick capture.
Yep.
Both teams showing that they've got very good synergy with each other. They're cleaning it out well. They've got good cover. They've got good touches down. This is a very aggressive, probably the most aggressive game we've seen all week. It's a nice 2-2, and this is going by quick. This is every minute there's another flag here.
I feel like both teams now, they really don't know what's going on, so they're just playing off pure adrenaline, trying to figure out how they can score. Amar hanging out in the blue base. I don't know if this is a good strategy.
Nice of the touch coming out.
I mean,
it drops Amar, and that gets a nice.
I worry about
nice
that
return for both
strategy. If you're
teams.
sitting in your enemy's base with their flag and they have yours, you can easily get caught with their flag runner coming in and killing you. So, I mean, it worked out for him there, but I worry about that.
Right, that's when it's most important, when team communication really is a contributing factor there. If they have the communication in order to relay where they're coming in from, and as we've seen even in our own practice sessions, it's important to communicate to your team which route you're taking, so you know exactly what to intercept the enemy or which lane to avoid. There's only two sides here. There's the middle section with the rocket launcher, and there's that long hallway on the side there. Yep. So if you can communicate your team where the flag is going, now we got Nexus here with the touch on.
Yeah, he's trying to.
He's got someone there to assist him. His team's pushing up.
There you go.
He's killed. Then he's out. That's a defender right there. This should be free.
Got it, yeah. Oh shit.
And Amar hiding in there,
Wow.
like you said. He was waiting for it. Didn't pick up the flag. He didn't want to let anyone know that he was still in there, which is always something to be cautious of.
That was a great return from Amar. Vinny making one of his patented sneaking in touches here. Let's
The
see if
Vinny
we can get
Latino
out.
touch,
Yes.
unfortunately, gets shut out right there in the little cubby.
I'm gonna get that printed on shirts.
Got a little body block there from Hot. Let's take a look at Vinny. Let's see what Vinny's doing. Vinny.
Amar with a touch here. Good
Here,
touch.
Sharp. I'm assuming he's gonna push up. Yep, Vinny pushing all the way up. He's gonna go for a touch of his own right here. Clears Nexus and dies right there. Gonna go back to his defensive position now. He's got one in his flag room. Gonna clear him out real quick. That's an easy clear. Now, Vinny, you're gonna start seeing a lot more of this. He's gonna clear one and try to push out right here. If he clears this guy, watch him push. Watch him push this. He's gonna get a little comfortable here. Unfortunately, doesn't get the clear. Now he's gonna fall back. We're gonna see a lot more of this, where the defenders now are gonna have to try to push up as much as they can in order to provide that pressure they need for the team. Because we got two teams evenly matched here. It just depends on who's got the better team synergy, who's got more people that back him up.
I think what I love about Vinny is something that I do as well. Is if I'm defending, I am stealing all the med kits. I am not letting, because a lot of times, like, it's going to be really hard for someone from the other team to get over into your base without getting shot. So they're coming in already wounded. If you can steal those med kits from them, that's an easier kill.
Let's see what Dragon's doing. Dragon playing a little more defensive. He's hiding in his flag room right now. Here's Ghost Killer. Picks up all of his medkits. As you just mentioned, there he is right now. Getting all the resources. He's pushing all the way up, as you can see here.
Yep.
Dies right there at the end of the hallway. Both defenders, as soon as they get a clear chance to push up, they're going to try to push up here. Try
Yeah, it
to
really doesn't
get another
benefit
one on the
anyone
board
to,
there.
to stick around in your base as a defender, unless you're clearing it after a capture or an almost capture. It really is a disservice to the rest of your team if you're just sitting way back.
Now, one caveat with this map that we haven't really quite mentioned just yet is the fact that there is a fast closing door there for the main entrance, and in some cases that has been a make it or break it situation where teams coming off the flag, the door shuts right on their face, and what could have been an easy +1 on the board ends up dropping right there. So let's see if maybe that happens in one of these rounds coming up. Is someone gonna have a good flag out? That door just happens to ruin everything. That's another thing that a lot of players keep in mind. Some of them, to avoid bumping into players, as you see there from an enemy team on hot against someone on red there.
Yeah, and what I just
That
saw
could be a
from
factor too.
what I just saw from Dragon was he pushed all the way up into the enemy base, saw that someone was going down the hallway. As Amara gets out here, and
Teams that are clear.
Dragon basically chased the guy all the way back from the enemy base back to his own to make sure it was clear.
There's Vinny with a touch.
He stops
Bumps on a wall there, unable to get a med kit, and gets dropped by Dragon. Sharp with a touch here.
very fast
Here's Amar.
touch.
Out to mid. Two his tail.
Yeah.
Unable to get out, unfortunately. Got a good kill there on Amar, but 2 more guys with a shot. You can't really do much with that.
Yep, Nexus coming in with a touch here. Killing spree with the shotgun.
Cleared 1, cleared 2. Almost made it
At
out
some
there,
point,
but
you
again,
gotta
as
make
you've
a
seen
jump
that,
for it.
both of them respond rather quickly there.
Ooh.
Ghost kill
He
drops
had,
him.
he had the shot, just didn't kill him. So 2
Again,
minutes left.
both teams making a lot of touches just now in the last 30 seconds right there. We got
Yeah.
like 3 touches from each team right there. We got 2 minutes left on the board.
Vinny making one of his pushes now.
Vinny Latino rush. See where he goes. Big touches the flag.
He
Gets
is
a big
pushing
double
out.
kill.
He's got
Bumps into
support.
some of the walls. His whole team
For
is there
some
though. He's
reason,
got some
picks up a
support.
chain gun.
He's getting shot from the back.
Wow.
And he makes it all the way back to his base and secures it. Sharp, hard on his tail.
Yeah.
He's got some cover there. Stops by Amar.
Yeah, and that's the I don't know if anyone here is a Storage Wars fan, but that's the wow factor right there, is when Vinny runs out and just gets one of those captures that you're not expecting. Amar with the spree with the
All the
flag.
killing
Can he
spree,
get
but
it?
whole team is there.
Okay, where's
Nexus.
Gets killed.
Both flags dropped and returned. A minute left. They still have ample opportunity here to make something happen, unless Killer decides to ramp up their offense. But it looks like they're still doing the same thing. Looks like Ghost Kill and Amar still push up into the enemy base. They're not really turtling down here. Some teams have done in the past. So there's still an opportunity for them to even it out.
I mean, I don't know. If I was
Whole
at this
team's
point,
there.
it looks like Dragon is also running or pushing up a little bit. I would just be, at this point, you have nothing to lose. You're down by 1, 45 seconds left. If you're not doing 3-0, what are you doing? Like, why are you even defending? You have to create pressure.
And again, creating so much pressure is going to force the other team to fall back as well. So
Yeah.
again, it just depends on which team can clear the other team faster. And it looks like Killer's they're sitting back in the defense a little bit more right now, as Hot is playing more pressure.
Yeah, as Vinny gets a
Nexus
rampage.
picks up the armor. He's got a good stack here. Can he get the kill on the defender? Picks up some health hits.
He's got to go.
Misses the
gotta
swing.
go
Misses the
now.
swing, but he's run for it. Misses the second swing.
Oh, he gets that
Finally
kill. Ooh.
gets the kill on Killer, but nobody there in mid.
If he had maybe gone down the hallway, that could have been interesting, but that looks like that's
Yeah,
the
that
end
was
of
the
round
last
2.
potential play there. If he had one more teammate there in mid, that could have potentially evened out the game. But again, 3-2
Yeah.
with
3-2.
Killer leading by
That
about
was a
1.
great run
But again,
from Vinny.
not a terrible showing. The fact that they can show that they're equally
Yep.
matched up against Killer here, they can still do something. They can still potentially do something. They just gotta secure their flag captures and clear out their base a little bit more. But let's see what's gonna happen here. They're gonna get right back into it. Both teams.
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned pregame, just being aware of the fact that, like, if you compare it, Dragon didn't have any touches there. So as the defender, he's not making the same plays that Vinny's making. He's not creating that sort of like, what? I didn't realize that third guy was in. That's something that Hot maybe can adjust this round, but
Right, and that could be just
Vinny.
naturally being cautious, playing from a defensive position. And as we've that's another thing that comes down to note with practice. Vinny in practice has been doing that a lot and has been working out
He's
quite
doing it
well.
right
for him.
now.
So Vinny feels a lot more confident. Here he is going in with a good touch here. Wrong side of the
wrong
med
side.
kits, messes it up. That is another thing that they are mirrored. So if
Yeah.
you're comfortable on your side of the map, just know that you're gonna run into some useless chain gun box ammo on the other side.
That's
So
right.
can't really do a whole lot. I haven't seen a lot of chain gun plays here on this map, but the chain gun is, I think, a very important ranged weapon, especially when hunting down the flag runner. You can get some really good returns with it, depending on how you use it. So let's
Yep.
see what happens. Again, like you said, Dragon. I think if Dragon creates a little bit more aggression and goes for some of those Vinny Latino runs, gets a good double clear. If his team knows that it's clear, he can push up. Vinny trying to push up right there. Sharp.
Yeah, we got two guys. We got Amar going in
Pushing
for a
him
touch
back.
here. He's grabbing the health first. Smart. I'm not sure that Dragon even knew he was in or where he was, and now Amar's just going.
Amar
He's
with the
got
touch.
cover.
Those killers there. He was gonna switch to the rocket launcher, but
Maybe
he
he
feels
should
like
do
he
it
can
now.
make it,
Oh man.
and he gets dropped. And again, that hesitation from Amar, it
Yeah.
cost him. If he would have pulled the rocket launcher a second sooner and started firing some rockets behind him, he could have created some sort of distance there from the other team. But unfortunately, as you see there, that gets dropped. And on a positive for Hot, they're able to drop him right there and secure their flag back because, again, a minute in. Now, last round, a minute in is not too bad to be down one. But when you're already down a game, you want to try not to be as down as many flags as you can. Next with the touch here.
Yep.
Coming out
Bumping
from the
into some
bottom.
walls, but,
Two
you know,
there. Clears the mark. Unfortunately, unable to kill Killer. Vinny
if you-
Killer there.
even if you're Nexus and you bump into some walls, you still have that aim. So
Right, you can still make up for it.
he
Again,
almost
as long
did,
as
but-
players know their own strengths and weaknesses, they know what they can get away with. Amar just suicide, just pulling a dash and just killing himself with the rockets there.
Yeah, I never want to pull a Dastin.
Let's see, picks up some medkits, dropped by Dragon. Let's see what Sharp's doing. Where's Sharp at? Sharp trying to get in there. Nexus with the touch. Whole team there for him, unable to make it out.
Yeah.
Now we got 3 touches alone by Nexus here. Nexus seems to be a lot more aggressive now when it comes to running. Potentially they switched it up. Maybe Sharp is playing middle, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Looks like Sharp's just unable to really get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Nexus is really the only one being able to make those meaningful touches right now, but between the two of them, as Sharp grabs one, you know, Vinny gets a rampage. I think what Hot needs to focus on is coordinated runs, not just getting those touches.
2 coming in for Hot, and they clear it out rather quickly. I think what we need to see more of is Dragon trying to keep that middle space of the map as secured as possible, and trying to create his own aggressive plays like Vinny was.
Yep.
Because at this point, the more time you spend back in your base is time you could have used for rotating a play forward. Here he goes, pushing in, but he falls all the way back here. Team unable to clear the one guy through hallway.
Yep. Just trading missed shots here, but Amar comes
Amar
out.
sitting by there,
Yep.
going for the team deathmatch strategy, just killing everyone and anyone that comes his way. Just stat padding right there, just racking up the kill
Yep.
count. It's like a ghost killer here. A little slower going around that middle.
Yeah, but he's
Making it
coming
in.
for-
Doesn't pick up the medkits. He should be
There's
full health.
nobody there.
It's nobody there. He has freedom here to choose which path he wants to take. Still nobody.
Ooh.
Dragon able to get it on the way back
Okay,
out.
Nexus
Nexus
with
with
a
the
good
touch here.
run. Ooh.
And Ghost Killer shuts it down immediately there on the corner.
Yeah, I think so Ghost Killer runs out, but his SSG is facing to the right. Nobody's on the right, so if you're going to be able to pre-fire, you should be facing the direction that you're expecting your enemy in, so maybe he'll make an adjustment next time.
Still 0-0. Almost 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Halfway.
And this is beneficial to Killer because they won a round, so right now it's 1-0 Killer. If they keep it 0-0, you know, they end up winning.
Yeah, so Hot's gotta do something here. They gotta come up with some
Okay,
sort of
Ghost Killer
a
trying to
strategy.
make it out, like trying to Hulk his way out of there. Can't do it.
Sharp shooting a rocket down the hallway there. Shooting down main. 2 teammates there from Killer in the flag room. Able to go anywhere.
5 minutes
And that's
left.
another thing to note with that rocket launcher there on both sides. A good defender, someone in the middle position, they can hear someone pick up that weapon and inform them of someone coming around the corner there to make a more ambush-like approach to it. You know, pre-firing on the corners here is a vital strategy as well. It's a possible thing. You could just go on the corner and just shoot, even if there's nobody there. The one time there is someone there, it could be vital. Sharp here with a shut. It gets shut up by Vinny. Vinny looks like he's playing a lot more defensive now.
Nexus is
Like you
sitting,
said,
waiting. Okay,
Killer,
Nexus
they
gets-
know that they're up 1-0 in games. He doesn't have to push out so much. Nexus touch though.
Yeah, he just barreled his way through, but unfortunately no support there. Amar with the touch. but
Amar with the
taken
touch,
down.
using that little piece sticking at the ground there behind the flag as cover.
What
Very
Amar's-
good cover piece to use.
Amar is focusing on really trying to support a runner. I mean, he's going for runs too, but he's playing a lot of like you said, team deathmatch. But he's trying to make it meaningful. He's trying to make an opportunity for his teammate to come in and grab the flag.
As you can see here, Vinny Latino Killer. He's not pushing out right now because he knows he's got 3 minutes left on clock. If he pushes out, that could create opportunity for the enemy team if he
Yep.
does make those riskier flag runs. Drop sharp. Easily. No medkits there for him to pick up.
Yeah,
got
Vinny
some
is trying to
here.
make Hot come in and let them make the plays. If you're gonna you want to win, you come in and you make the plays yourself. I'm not gonna give you anything. Quiet.
3 minutes
Kind of
left
a
on the
lull.
clock here.
Yeah.
Sharp with a touch. But again, all of Killer happens to be there in their base. It's a quick return for there.
Yeah, you know what we haven't seen too much of this round is more of your just strategic, like, we've seen a lot of players grab the flag and just immediately bolt out of there, and they're not trying to play mind games. And
there's not a whole lot of seeky pace happening here.
Yeah.
Potentially, that could be something that could work out for Hot if they decide to slow it down a little bit, and mess with the communication from Killer if they're unable to identify where the runner is. You can have someone trying to push in, making an unsafe push if no one's covering the middle section properly, or if the other teammates from Hot come in, they could easily clear that out. So that should be an option they should be considering now with 2 minutes left on the clock. Amar coming out with the flag. He's got some support there. He's got his whole team there. Ghost Killer drops somebody else. Flag gets returned. Where's Nexus at? Unfortunately, unable to make it out. That could have been a nice, easy there.
Yeah, but at least for him, he was able to hold it long enough for them to return that flag. So that's good.
Nice to touch here.
Ghost Killer with the touch.
This is his shot.
Spawn frag.
Ghost Killer, both of them are there. Amar and Ghost Killer coming out. Whole team is there.
At this point, they should just go full O on Hot.
Yeah, at this point.
Killer now, rushing it, going for his own touch. And Dragon stops that, preventing him from making up with his flag once more. Let's see what we have here.
I mean, they are essentially down. Hot is essentially down a flag if you want to look at it like that. So they really should get aggressive at this point. Sharp coming out.
Hot coming out hot.
He's got some help.
Vinny gets a kill. We need someone to pick it up. Dragon picks it up. He opens the door. He holds the door open. Somebody there. Unfortunately, that would have been it. Amar sneaks in last second. That would have been the play right there.
That's the second sort of return that Amar had that made me scream because he was hiding and he just came out of nowhere and got that return. That was great.
Yeah, really good return there by Amar. Being patient there, waiting for the enemy team to... but again, a very, very risky play because the whole team was there.
Yep.
At any given point in time, he could have been easily cleared out, but he went for the play in order to prevent them from scoring that flag. But let's see. They still got 50 seconds left. Anything can happen here. They can still tie this up.
At this point, nobody on Hot should be defending. You should all be running.
With that said, let's see where Dragon's positioned at. Dragon's still in this flag room. Picking the super shotgun, going into mid. Drops there by mid. Drop by Amar again. Amar going for a touch. Amar's got a touch on the flag. Kills Sharp. Kills Sharp again.
Amar's got a good
Ghost Killer in the base. Ghost Killer here supporting, killing Dragon. Amar's long gone. Where's Nexus at?
Nexus gets across.
Nexus is still in the enemy.
Let's see.
Nexus is across
20
now.
seconds. Amar with the kill.
How much health is that? Can they return it? Nexus has to sit on the flag stand here and have faith in his team to return it.
Yeah.
Amar spamming rockets. He's creating that that's oppression with the rockets there. No one's able to make it through. We got 5 seconds left. If someone can snipe him, now's the time. Nexus sitting on the flag, unable to get returned. Unable to get that flag back.
Maybe if Amar was sitting there, but yeah, what a great round from a great match really from Killer. And then closing it out in this round. I mean, 83 frags from Amar. I know frags aren't the be all end all, but that's pretty great. Meaningful frags too. I mean, he was making a lot of those as he was running. Yeah. Good game from Killer. So, I mean, they're going to get 4 points for winning in 3 rounds. And at least, Hot gets 1 point. I think they played, they played a good game, right? But not good enough. And they got to practice a little bit more. You can't just show up.
Yeah, but that's another issue that the team's got going on right now. Yeah. Everyone's got their own business in their personal lives. And another factor, as mentioned with the Nexus, considering he has been temporarily stationed for work in Alaska. Again, like I said, working, playing this game out of a hotel Wi-Fi with a laptop. He's got temporarily set up. Heard he's been working 12-hour days, and not a whole lot of time for Doom in that span of time. Especially considering that he's got two people on his team with completely different availability. He's got
That's
Dragon
right.
he's got to work with on the Euro side, and he's got Sharp as well. And considering the fact that Nexus is on the West Coast, it also doesn't make it easier for him to try to schedule practice sessions. So, um, but not too bad of a showing considering that
Not
they
at all.
had only today to practice. They could have been far worse, but again, that could have been anyone's game right there. There's a couple different factors in their positioning, their teamwork, and their coordination is really what came down to it. It really wasn't someone just completely flopping it and blowing it
Yep.
as some people suspect. Someone hasn't really practiced so much, so they're not doing too bad, like you said. They got 1 point on the board, so in the grand scheme of things, it's better than nothing. When it comes to the standings and potentially making playoffs, that 1 point could just do it what you need to secure yourself a playoff situation. So
Yep.
again, it's only week one. Got 3 more weeks to play here, so not a bad spot as long as they can come together as a team and find out what they did right, what they did wrong, and work from there.
Yeah. Well, we are moving on from Map 3 into Map 2, ZDCTF Map 2. We'll talk more about that at some point when I end up doing radio, but appreciate you guys jumping on here, and on to week 2 we go.